Yeah. Hi, hello everyone. This is Shanmugaraj. Welcome to my channel. One of the aims of this channel is to build a global knowledge sharing platform in the domains of agile, leadership, and project management. You can join me and help me with that either by subscribing to this channel or sharing my videos to our friends. Right? So, having said that, let us get into today's video. Currently, we are discussing some of the leadership ideas from MIT Sloan School of Management. We are continuing our discussion around top 10 articles that are most read in MIT. Today's topic is Get Hired Faster with AI Boosted Resumes. Job seekers with AI boosted resumes more likely to be hired. This particular article has been published in the month of April 2023. Why it matters? Algorithmic writing assistants can help new job seekers find and fix spelling, grammatical, and usage errors in their resumes. Employers approve research source. New job applicants were randomly assigned algorithmic assistants with their resumes, right? That is, received help from an interface that offers suggestions to improve spelling and grammar were 8% more likely to be hired, according to an experiment conducted by MIT Sloan PhD student Emma Van Inguven and co-researchers. If we take two identical workers with the same skills and background, the one with a better written resume is more likely to be get hired. The takeaway is that employers actually care about the writing in the resume. It's not just a correlation. That means the AI assistant can be a useful tool for those hoping to get hired. The results were summarized in a working paper titled Algorithmic Writing Assistance on Job Seekers' Resumes Increases Hires, which was co-authored by MIT Sloan PhD student Jenile Monikova and MIT Sloan professor John Horton. More offers and higher wages. To examine how the quality of writing on a resume affects hiring, the researchers studied new users participating in a global online labor market for contract work. The researchers studied 480,000 job seekers who first signed on to a marketplace between June 8th and June 14, 2021. In order of frequency, applicants' primary job categories were design and creative writing, administrative support, and software development. While 14% of job seekers were based in US, more than 80% lived in a country where English is not a native language, including India and Bangladesh. The labor market's primary language is English. The researchers intercepted job seekers at the resume writing stage of the sign-off process and randomly offered half of them algorithmic writing assistance. The other half filled in the resume section of the site without assistance. Applicants in the treatment group were presented with a tool that offers suggestions for fixing spelling and grammatical errors and gave advice on punctuation, word usage, phrase overuse, tone, and style. Van Inhuan and her co-authors found that job applicants who had algorithmic assistance received 7.8% more job offers and were more likely to hired in their first month of platform than the unassisted control group. And those with assistance earned wages that were 8%, 8.4% higher than the control groups, making $18.6 per hour and an average versus $17.7 per hour for those who had received no resume help. Errors that turn employers off. The researchers also explored the types of resume writing errors that are most likely to harm applicants' chances. Spelling, with the authors called the most unambiguous measure of writing quality, topped the list. Job seekers with more than 99% of words in their resume spelled correctly were hired, nearly three times more in their first month on the platform than those with a fewer than 90% spelled correctly. Applicants with fewer than 90% of errors with their resume spelled correctly had only 3% chance of getting hired in their first month. Job seekers whose resumes included commonly confused words and errors in capitalization, grammar, and typography were also less likely to receive job offers. But when it came to stale errors, specifically flowery language, for example, I will give my task I will give a task my 100% focus and attention and will only be satisfied once the implementation of the project is finished to our standards are higher. Employers were more forgiving. In fact, they actually preferred this type of language and tended to hire job seekers who used it. Right? So this implies that despite employers' dislike of most writing errors, they forgive or even prefer this kind of flowery language, the researchers are thinking. Controlling for quality. Concerned that candidates with newly improved resumes may change their job research behavior and skew the results of the study. The researchers compared the job research strategies of the assisted group with the non-assisted control group. We find no evidence that job seekers changed their search behavior due to the treatment. They write in the paper, treated workers did not send out more applications than workers in the control group, nor did they propose higher wages. And knowing that employers often use the resume writing as a signaling tool for the quality of a worker's overall abilities, Van Inhoven and her co-authors were curious to see whether employers ended up feeling less satisfied with the quality of work performed by people whose resumes were burnished by algorithmic assistance. The researchers found no evidence that employers were less satisfied with the assisted worker services based on post-work employer rating or reviews and ongoing demand for their work on the online market. Artificial intelligence throughout the hiring process. For job seekers, the message is clear. It is worth taking the extra time to eliminate spelling and grammatical errors and present a high quality resume. Algorithmic writing assistance may be a more affordable option than hiring a writer to help, right? So algorithmic writing, it scales cheaply and it's available to the masses. Writing help from an algorithm can be especially useful for non-native English speakers applying for jobs, right? So for example, it could help a skilled coder who lives in Bangladesh and struggles with English spelling and grammar. This type of intervention has the potential to level the playing field for applicants who otherwise may not be able to present themselves as well to the English-speaking employers. Employers too could benefit. Clearer writing would allow them to better identify applicants' skills, leading a wider pool of qualified applicants from which to hire. We argue that better writing makes it easier for employers to decide to hire a particular worker. Companies could also use algorithmic writing assistants themselves to improve the hiring process. For instance, they could put AI to work writing job descriptions or generating interview questions. Employers could use it throughout the hiring process, and they could potentially make them a more attractive employer, right? So it's an area for future research as well. With this, we come to the conclusion of this video. Hope you guys got a better understanding how artificial intelligence helps job seekers as well as the hiring process of employers as well, right? Moment you start using algorithmic assistance, you're going to get hired faster, you're going to get better salary, you're going to move a cost bit faster, right? You're going to eliminate the errors of spelling errors, right? Employers does not care about flowery errors, right? Right. So they're going to use the artificial intelligence for the entire process of hiring, right? So I hope you guys like this kind of videos that helps you to become a better leader as well as better hirer in this business world.